You know what I mean? I'm in my cat. Come on, Mar, let me get something, man.
It's not enough. I got the rollers trying to break my neck. But now the ATF is trying to have my block in check. Got my boys stressing, paging your partner 911. But I ain't worried about my niggas cause nobody's telling. Took the number up on my pager to my Motorola. Phone ringing, I'm pimp leaning as I hit the roper. What's up, soldiers? Just steady hustling, trying to hold my ground. With 30 rocks in my possession, I can't even lounge. Oh, niggas, stop being no, we got the block sold. But if they hop out of the car, you better shake them hoes. Yeah, nigga, cause how we living, it ain't no joke. You say my niggas in PA need some more dope. You know?
Back to your first encounter with Tupac. Everything I'm shooting at you tonight.
Okay.
This is my rebuttal after reading your book.
Okay.
Because this is our second interview. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, take me back to your first time encountering Tupac.
The first time that I met Tupac, I was at a E-40 Practice Looking Hard video. You know what I mean? For those who don't know, E-40 is actually my blood cousin, but we from two different sides of Vallejo. He from the hills, I'm from the country club Crest. And so my cousin Shonda, who was my older cousin, you know, she was like, you wanna go hang out at the video, at E-40 video? And I was like, you know, it's cool, you know what I mean? Cause me and 40, he my big cousin, we don't got no ish. So I was like, yeah, I'll hang out. You know, I had just dropped Illegal Business, but we was just trying to, you know, get some burn on it and stuff. So I went to the video with her. All of a sudden, I see a white limousine pull up. 6 niggas hop out, right? It's you know, it's Tupac, it's Big Sight, it's Man, it's Mike Cooley, and it's Stretch, may he rest in peace. And so I see them now, you know what I mean? I come from a man out here where it's like, you know, them first impressions is a motherfucker. You meet a motherfucker and you a goofy or you something like that, you always gonna be a goofy. So I knew that, like, I gotta cut into this nigga right. You know what I mean? I ain't just gonna go over there on no dumb shit. So I waited my time, let everybody talk to him and shit like that. Nobody introduced me to him either, that was rude, but I waited and I walked up to him and I said, yeah, man, I just started running my pedigree, man. How you doing, man? My name is Mac Mar. I'm from Vallejo. I'm a rapper, and he just, man, what? Mac Mar? Man, I'm listening to you right now in the car. What's it called? He just started asking everybody and they like, yeah, and he started naming my songs. And I'm sitting there just like in awe, like, man, I can't believe it. You feel me? Because Pac, I had seen Pac on other occasions. I seen him once when he had a show. He had a show with Mac Dre, and yeah, he had a show with Mac Dre, and he was with the Marin Cats. You know what I mean? So you know, and we down there had funk with them, and we had funk. Last time when we saw him in Marin, Tupac was like on some bullshit. Okay. You know what I mean? We ended up like having to shoot our way up out that motherfucker. But this time, this is Tupac the Superstar. You know? So I went up to him. I went up to him, told him my name, and he started naming my songs, and then I started saying Layla Steinberg was my manager. Right on. Yeah, I said Layla Steinberg was my manager. Oh, go ahead, cuz. And he like, Layla, that's my manager too. And then he hit me with one of those things like, you know what? I'm gonna do something with you. We gonna rock. We gonna get down. But when he told me that, it was one of them things like, you know, one of them LAs, hey, we gonna do lunch. Right. You know what I mean? But Tupac was a genuine dude, man. A week later, he was in Vallejo at the offices and everything just started from there. He took me up under his wing, man. You feel me? And I've been close to him and his family, you know, to his death. You know what I mean? When I moved to LA, Afeni actually co-signed for me. I moved on Beverly, and I stayed in Tupac's loft.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was the first time I met him, man, at the E-40 Practice Hard looking video.
Whose album did Dusted Disgusted? That was on E-40's album, right? Who I was on the song?
It was me, Spice One, Richie Rich, E-40, and Tupac. I wasn't supposed to be on that song at all.
It don't even sound like you were supposed to.
Nah, I wasn't supposed to be on the song. It was a thing that when Tupac called you, bro, you dropped everything that you was doing and you got by him because he whatever he was doing was gonna be popping. Right. So I'm in LA. I'm on my own run doing my thing, and he called. I go to the studio, Mike Mosley produced the track. I go in the studio, clouds of smoke up in there. I'm sitting there, and I'm there with me and Young Lay there, you feel me? So I'm sitting there, I'm not even tripping on getting on the song. I'm just cool to be in the studio, you know, with some of the best cats who ever did it. So he say, out of the blue, out of the smoke, Maul, why don't you take these 8 bars? Now, Spice One knew me since I was 13 years old. Spice One used to run with Jay Diggs, you feel me? Jay Diggs brought him to the crest. I met him when I was 12. Richie Rich, somebody I looked up to, he knew of me since I was about 15 and shit like that. E-40, my cousin. None of them cats asked me. Of course, if 40 could have said no, but that'd have been like a weird no, you feel me? Yeah. So, Pop, give me the bars. Now, when he gave me the bars, I had a decision to make. Because me getting on that song would have, you know, political problems for me and my neighborhood.
Explain.
Because we from 2 different sides.
You and who?
Me and E-40.
Oh, you and 40, okay.
Me and 40. They from the hills, I'm from the crest.
Okay.
Warren at that time.
All right.
You know what I mean?
They wasn't gonna understand that.
Nah, but it was one of them things where the biggest rapper in the world is giving me an opportunity to put my skill up against the best in California, the best who ever did it. So I made a decision, and I put the things on the I put the rap on. I recorded the rap, and even on the song, if you hear it, Let Off 302s on the other side of town. That's us. You feel me?
Right.
So I get on there, I do my thing, and man, I go back to the hood. I go to Gateway and Sawyer, and just like, man, what's up? You know what I mean? Who got it? You know, what's the problems? And you know, you had some that understood my nigga journey, and you had some that just never understood it. But you know, the song.
Some people never understood that.
Nah. Some people never understood it and took me away. But I always been a man who had to stand on my decisions and stuff like that. Even though I was a little kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They raised me to be a certain way, and that's the the way a motherfucker always been. But I think I made the right decision because that song was a fucking classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Going into that, when he told you, go ahead, Mar, you got your 8 bars. Did you look at the other guys who was on the song like, man, this is it. This is a big one.
Yeah, I was looking like, one part of me was feeling like, even before Pac, some of them should have let me, say it that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I understand it, you know what I mean? And it was just a big thing. I was like, nigga, I'm trying to go. I know what I'm finna do on this motherfucker, you feel me? And that's what I did, you feel me? Real business. Shout out to Tupac, man.
What did that record do for your career?
Man, that record went gold, and I'm probably damn near platinum now. It took me to a different level, you know what I mean? We on the radio, you know what I mean? We shot a video for it, I think somebody got took off and Sully Sale got put back on it, but we shot a video for it, and it was just, another boost for me. You was with me at the video, remember the pool party shit? We did Practice Looking Hard. I mean, not Practice Looking Hard, Dusted and Disgusted. I think we was like Hayward or some shit. Yeah, let me see a lot of cuts.
All right.
Yeah.
Just going back to the book, what exactly happened with y'all, with Keith and all of that? Like the way you described it in the book, you described it in fragments. Now, and you almost left it up to the reader to determine what actually happened. But was all of y'all thrown from the vehicle?
All of us was thrown from the vehicle. Man, the night started off crazy, and you know what I mean? We had just finished a rock record. I'm back from Vegas doing my thing out there, talking about I'm finna change my life and shit. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm on some change my life shit. We finished the record, but I'm staying in like Daly City at the time. We finished the record, and we come back home and like going to sleep. But Kato was just like, nah, man, y'all need to celebrate. Get up. And I know you hear like the story of people running to their death. You ever heard that? Or running to their fate, rather?
Yeah.
It was a situation like that where dude, made us get up. I would have slept that night if he wouldn't have called us. We get up, we get in the car, we in Frisco, we at Club Bates or whatever, right? And it was a beautiful night. I'm back in the Bay. I'm seeing all the motherfuckers. They giving me love. More, you back. And man, we get in the car. And I remember us getting in the car just talking about, man, how much we love each other. You know what I mean? Love y'all. And This is your lighter? So yeah, you know, we saying we love each other, man, and then we just go around that corner, man. And the driver kind of like was trying to show out, you know what I mean? He pushed the gas, and I remember sitting in the back, no seatbelt, me and Ray was in the back, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, why is this motherfucker going so fast? And right when I say that, I guess dude lose control. They say it was a thing called like the washing machine effect, where your body, your blood get pushed to one side of your body, and you know your body know you in danger, and it would go out. So we go out the car, we threw out, and I just remember thinking that all the shit that I did, everything had caught up to my ass, and this is how I go out. So I'm thinking, and I remember looking up how pretty the sky was, and I'm just tripping on how pretty it was, and thinking like, damn, you know what I mean? But I wasn't mad. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, fuck, I'm dying or no shit like that. I was just on some shit like, man, I done lived the life. You feel me? I done lived the life. You know what I mean? Fuck on it. So, yeah, and then I heard the lady scream. And when I heard the scream, that's when I knew, like, fuck, I'm alive. And when I heard that, it was on some shit like, you know what? I gotta find Ray Love. I gotta find, you know, Ray Love. And I found Ray Love right in front of Pacific Bell Park where the Giants play. That nigga was in a crumbled ball. You feel me?
Right.
And everybody, you know, I can't even feel my body. I don't feel myself. You know what I mean? I just know I gotta go get my brother. So I woke him up, and I'm like, you know, the first thing that kicked in was, you know, the trauma that we know is people getting shot. So nigga, if you shot and you can wake up, all right, we know that you got a fighting chance.
You got a chance. Yeah.
So he woke up, he tried to get up, and his body crumbled. You feel me? Later we would find out that he broke some vertebrae in his back, he broke his hip, and he had 18 staples in his head. So now, once I know he cool, I'm thinking of Kato, right? But as I'm walking towards the crowd and shit, I see the driver of the car. Pacific Bell Park is this little short gates by the bar, and this dude was wrapped up in the gate. He broke his leg in like 4 places. He broke his face, so his face just looked like a fucking punched in cherry pie, you know what I mean? But I heard him scream, ah! So I'm like, all right, he in my head, but I'm still thinking of Kato. Kato was up the street, laying on his back, man, and it was a lady sitting next to him, right? So as I get up there, she tell me to take off my shirt, and I took off my shirt, and I wrapped it around his head. I didn't even feel like the back of the shit. It was just gushing blood. At the time, his eyes is open. You feel me? And I'm just sitting there in a fucking daze telling him to fight for his life. Fight for your life, bro. And he, you know, he is fighting for breath, fighting for his life, looking up, staring into infinity. And, you know, sure, blood everywhere up under me, but I'm not even tripping that he got massive head trauma. You know what I mean? And I'm just talking to him. The pigs come, you feel me? They get on us. Now, when the pigs come in an ambulance and they taking people off, I turn into my street shit. Police come telling me, come on, you need to come here and talk to us. Yeah. First thing I tell them was I wasn't in the car.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I wasn't in the car, but I'm not seeing myself. My head is split, and half of it is hanging here, and the other half is on this side. My whole back is tore, ripped up. You feel me? Just blood everywhere, off down my pants, everything. But I don't feel none of that shit. Right. So when they come on me, I'm like, man, I ain't getting in no car. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't even in the car. I came up like everybody else. The police pig tell me, hey, if you don't get in the car, you're gonna die. You feel me? Yeah. So I'm like, all right. And now shit getting hot. When I get up in there, I'm just feeling heat. Just like, fuck, what the fuck? Now we get to San Francisco General. Mm-hmm. San Francisco General is like fucking the wildest hospital, man. This shit reminded me of the fucking 7 circles of motherfucking hell, whatever, right? We get in there, they throw us up in there. Now see, the problem is this. The problem is Kato was a white dude, but he was raised by black people. But he has white parents. And his father, may he rest in peace, was one of them Hell's Angels boys.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what we always knew, that nigga was deep off in that. You know what I mean? Like that nigga pushed the buttons, you feel me?
Right.
So I'm the one who gotta tell him that he died. I don't know how that's gonna play out, man. You feel me? I don't know how that's gonna play out. I don't know, but I gotta tell him because I'm the only one that can move. So while I'm still fucked up, you know, they put me in a room or whatever. They haven't even done nothing to me, and I try to explain to him what happened, and I did it as best as I could. I don't know if it's like, nigga, once I leave this room, he gonna kill all of us. You feel me? Because some parents will be like, nigga, put the blame on all of them. You feel me? If he was a different kind of man, he could have did that, and it would have been all in his right to be like, man, all of them. My son died with them. I need all of them. And at the time, you know, it was rumors of the biker dudes killing like a PI in Black Hawk. Now Black Hawk is where the mansion's at, where Gary Payton and Folding them was, and all that.
Right.
Like even to get in that neighborhood, they say that them niggas got into the neighborhood and cut a nigga legs off, left him in a bathtub. You feel me? Yeah. That's all just playing in my mind. You feel me? And so I told him, and he understood. You know what I mean? He didn't put no blame on us. And you know, later, man, we became his sons. You know what I mean? For real, all the way up to his death, man. He rest in peace. You know what I mean? But so they come. You know what I mean? Put my head together. I'm hearing Ray Love in the other room getting the catheter and shit. It's just the way we came in, we were so fucked up that it was a lady there who gave us cards of the Saint of Lost Causes. I didn't know what that was. I just know this old lady came to me. She I don't even know how this lady was in emergency. You feel me? But she just walked up and just here and gave one to me and Ray. And we holding them. I'm in the daze. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Right.
The next morning, this nigga told me, yeah, that's the Saint of Lost motherfucking Causes, man. You feel me? That shit was mainly. But from that, you know what I mean? You know, they threw a nigga out the hospital. Ray and them couldn't move. They back, but they stapled me up. You know what I mean? You know, a close friend of mine, man. She was the only one who I can call. You know what I mean? My family is in Vallejo. Plus, it's like I've been gone. You know what I mean? I don't feel I done quit fucking around in the streets. So it's like I can't call no bitch. You feel me?
Right.
So I called my friend, man. You know what I mean? And she came. May she rest in peace though too. She died. But she came, man, and she actually helped them hold my fucking head together, man. You know what I mean? Fucking 18, 19 staples in my shit. Threw me out. I'm on the ride home. Lil Mama took me home. On the ride home, all I keep replaying is that dude's eyes. That dude's eyes and him gargling, looking up at me in my face. That's all I'm thinking. I cannot close my eyes. You feel me? This goes on for, 2 weeks. You know, they gave me medication. I don't like pharmaceuticals, just the way, you know what I mean? And the way I would take them would be wrong. I would, they say take them every hour, every blah, blah, blah. I would take one and I would feel cool, so I feel that I didn't have to take them no more.
Right.
And then when I do that, I fucking go to sleep, wake up, and I'm stiff as a board and screaming because I can't move. So with me being in that state, and this dude, that shit replaying in my head over and over and over and over again, I've been reading books since I was 5. I used to get my butt whooped over the Billy Goat Gruff. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So I always loved the written words. You know what I mean? Pops used to have me on punishment when I was little. My mama would fuck around and give me, Donald Goines books, Iceberg Slim books. I'm reading this shit. You feel me? As a young nigga and just hearing the smooth, velvety words, and you know what I mean? Just the way that he described the characters and everything. And I'm just like, falling in love with that shit, falling in love with the written word. So in this situation, I'm laying in my bed, I can't move. This shit is playing in my head, replaying, So I grabbed a pad and a pen and a pen, and I just started writing about my life because I wanted to examine it and figure out how the fuck did I get into this situation? How did I get in this situation right here? You know what I mean?
Right.
Man.
How long did it take to write the book?
Man, I wrote the book crazy though, because you gotta understand, I'm going through something mentally. So this is what I have to do. So I'm waking up, writing, eating some food, smoking some weed, writing. I'm not doing nothing else, nigga. I'm turning into a werewolf.
It was therapy.
Yeah, it was. Later on, I found out that writing that book was therapy, and I found out that one of the things that I had at that time was survivor's guilt.
Okay.
I never knew nothing about that, but there was times why I thought, like, why did I live? I was the one doing the most dirt, fucking around, you know what I mean? I'm in Vegas, nigga, pushing that line, fucking, you know what I mean? On some other shit, on some real Max shit. You feel me? And just the other shit that I did, I felt like I was the worst one out of everybody in that car. And why I'm alive, and why the Kato sitting in front of me, why he died, such a good person, you know what I mean? But I'm writing a book. I would say it actually took me about a hard month and a half before I had it. But you got a trip, that's all I did. I didn't go nowhere. I didn't talk to no girls. I didn't, you know what I mean? I probably went shopping or had food brought to me, and that's all I did. I couldn't talk to nobody. None of my people in the Crest knew, some of them knew my family, my mom, you know what I mean? And a couple of my cousins and stuff knew that I got in an accident, but I'm not even by them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I had to get back by myself. You feel me? I'm stuck at the tilt by myself, fucking getting this shit out. And by the end of the book, I was able to, exercise those demons, you know what I mean? And really just, get my mind right. And like I say in the book, them eyes that once haunted me, I knew was up there with my ancestors, you know what I mean, following me along my way and helping propel me, you know what I mean? But, that book came out of tragedy. You feel me? Tragedy, you know what I mean? That I turned into triumph, you know what I mean?
What's the difference between writing a book and writing an album?
I mean, for one, an album has to rhyme.
Right.
A book doesn't. I think a book is more personal than even a record. You know what I mean? Because it's just like even when you're making a record, you making songs still. You making something that, you know what I mean? When you writing that book, man, it's just you and you and you and raw emotion. Now, it depends what kind of book you write. With my book, I tried to be as honest as I can be, because you got to understand, I didn't know that I was going to be self-published. I didn't know that I was going to put my book out. Mm-hmm. For me, I had to do that because I needed to. I had to get this shit out of my head, or I probably would not be here right now. You feel me? For real. But yeah, man, and even the way when I was done with the book, I would bring it by Kilo Kurt, I would bring it by the Cuddies, and I would be like, imagine a crazy motherfucker with like 1,000 pieces of paper, and I'm running around and I'm telling motherfuckers, hey, this is my book. Niggas like, man, what? Nah, it's my book though, this is my book. I was looking crazy.
Right.
And cats, I can't say cats believed in me when it was like that. But like I say, that book was personal for me, so at first it wasn't like that. But then, shout out to Layla Steinberg, you know what I mean? It was my first manager, Tupac manager too. Right. I told her about the book. She thought it was a great idea because Layla is a educator about, in trade, or was one, you know what I mean? But so she actually in LA, man, had a deal set up for me out there, or I had to talk to a dude, I forget his name. I want to say Paul something, man, Paul, what's called it, but he put out Too Short book, he put out Darlene book, he put out a couple of hip hop books. So I went down there and I met with dude, you know what I mean? We went and had the little LA lunch thing, and just the deal was just nasty. Just the way that he wanted to take my blood, sweat, and tears literally, and just kind of like do whatever he wanted to do with it, and I wasn't with it. And the funny thing that happened was, I don't know if you know, like on satellite radio, Shade 45, it's a cat up there. He used to be on the Jenny Jones show. His name is Rude Jude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rude Jude is from Detroit. Okay. You know what I mean? A big Bay Area music fan, a big Mac Mall fan. I was just on this show 2 days ago. You know what I mean? The All Out show. I had known that he wrote a book. You feel me? Because I had read his book. So I get his number from because he had left his number. He wanted us to call him. I never did, but I went and got his number and I called him. Man, cold call like a motherfucker. What's up, bruh? This is Mac Mall. I read your book. I know you do your thing. Well, man, I'm out here in LA right now. I got a contract in my hand. I don't feel right about it, man. I know you wrote a book. Could you give me some game? He say, Ma, I got you. Look, check this out. I'm gonna give you the company. You know what I mean? It's just gonna cost you some money. I say, man, I got a little money.
Right.
He say, man, well, this is what you gonna do. They're gonna do your whole book for you. And I got in contact with the company and started going along with the thing. You know what I mean? It was a process, but you know, I'm an author now. You know what I mean? Self-published author.
How'd you feel when you got your hands on your first copy, when you could touch one?
Man, it just, you know what I mean? I felt love. I felt that, you know what I mean, that I made this negative situation that happened to me, I made something out of it, and it just didn't, you know, make me a dark person or make me go crazy or no shit like that. I actually did it. And then, you know, honestly, just the author shit is big shit to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something that nobody can never take
something
back
to talk
from
a
me.
little popular shit about, right?
I always do.
Right. I'm more than a rapper,
man,
nigga.
nah, I don't even say I'm a rapper to these motherfuckers.
Right.
Man, what is you, an author?
Right.
You feel me? An author. Straight the fuck up. I got check stubs to prove it, yo. You know what I mean? And you know, welcome to the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that book was something deep, man. And you know, it's just I want to, you know, express myself in all the arts. You feel me? For real. Yeah. I done already, you know, done a film. You know what I mean? I did a film myself along with a Frisco Cat. Beware of those. You know what I mean? I've done that. Of course, we have done records. Now we got a book out. You know what I mean? Man, I might want to get on stage next. You feel me? And do the one-man play. You know what I mean? For real. Because, you know, that's all we do is kick game and kick stories and break shit down. Shit, I can do what Mike Tyson did. You know? Plus, if I do that and I paint a picture, then in my life existence, I would have expressed myself in every art. You know what I mean? In everything of art.
Right.
You feel me? Straight up, that'd be fly to me. You know what I mean? That'd be something I could tell my grandkids. Something, you know what I mean, man? I done did it all. You feel me? Did it all from nothing, from the Country Club crest with a high school diploma, with a high school education. You know what I mean? And a dream. You know what I mean? And that book, even if you don't know Mac Mall, you feel me, or you haven't heard my music, or you don't even like hip hop, because my book, my life is a lot of hip hop history.
Right.
You feel me? So, man, that is a story of chasing the American dream and catching it, and what happens when you catch it.
When I read that book, man, I couldn't believe you was still in high school, yo.
Yes, sir.
You was still going to school,
yes,
talking
sir.
all this slick shit on these albums.
Yes, sir. But you know, that was, man, we was, you know, I never had no regular life. You know what I mean? Where I'm from, you know, is man, the Country Club crest, where the romper room from, where the most number of bank robbers anywhere, any nigga hood. You feel me? And I know a lot of niggas watch this. Ain't nobody had more bank robbers than us in the Country Club crest. I had what, 3 in my family alone. Like my uncle, my 2 cousins. You know what I mean? Because they just put a name on the romper room crew and just said it was a crew, but it was my whole hood. That robbing banks became bigger than selling dope. You know what I mean? Niggas wasn't selling dope, because while you on the block all day, you gonna see a nigga run up in something, come back, and man, you feel me? It's gonna have with enough bread to make every nigga in the ghetto a sandwich. You feel me? You know, and it was just like everybody around me. That was the thing that niggas did. So it was like that shit was going, nigga. We was, you know, I got my crew, the 5 Trey 5 at Sesame Street, which is like, you know, you got the romper room. When a lot of people don't know, the romper room was a show we had out here. It was a kid show. Right. And at the end of the show, the lady would have a mirror and she'd be like, oh, I see Jimmy. I see, you know, it was called the romper room. And an OG from my hood named Jamie O.A. called them the romper room as a little joking name. Yeah. And you know, but then that name stuck. So we called ourselves the Sesame Street, which later became Strictly Ses, 5 numerically. You know, same crew as Doobie, Sleep Dank, you know what I mean? Treacherous Tick. I mean, just, you know, it's a gang of us. So we was what some would call gang banging or wanting, you know what I mean, wanting to be active. We was doing that. Or I'm the youngest, so I was doing that at 12 and stuff like that. All my partners, you know what I mean, 15, 16, you know what I mean? We, you know, my cousin, big friends. So we was pushing the line for the neighborhood, and, you know, just like every story where you 16 and know you ain't finna make 18, you know what I mean? And you kind of like just was cool with that, you know what I mean? So rap was a thing that I loved. I used to stutter a lot, you feel me? I used to stutter, and the only time I didn't stutter was when I rapped and cussed, you feel me? So I used to be a little nigga in the hood, motherfuckers would be like, hey man, bust a rap, you feel me? I rap, motherfuckers, so niggas knew I know how to rap. DJ C's, Freaky D and DJ C's got me on the microphone at the Boys Club, you know what I mean? Freaky D asked DJ C's, he said, yeah, I got up, rocked my first mic, and was loving rap, you know what I mean? Was loving rap, loving hip hop, you know, ever since I was 10, but, you know, there was times, you know, growing up where we didn't know if it was gonna pop off. You feel me? So I'm begging niggas, let me hit a lick. Let me get down, you feel me?
Right.
Dre got set up by the feds, you know what I mean? That story is a deep story. He leaves, gives the blessing to Kyrie, and man, we get it cracking, you know, and make a legal business.
I noticed you mentioned Kyrie throughout the book. He was like an integral part of your whole package.
Yeah, man.
What's y'all relationship like today? Y'all straight? I had to ask you that.
I mean,
because of how it went like this in the book, up and down.
We you know what I mean? We created the classic. You feel me? We created the classic. You know what I mean? If anything, we have our little business situations, you know, in and out. You know what I mean? You know, I wish you know, our blessings on him and his family. You know what I mean? Wherever they at. You feel me? For real.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I noticed, you know, because I'm following you on social media, you like touring. You on the road in a different city like every weekend.
Right.
What's that like?
I mean, man, it's a blessing, man.
To be touring 20 years later.
It's a blessing, man. Over 20, but it's a blessing, man. And you know, I really, you know, I don't even have fans. I have supporters. You know what I mean? Because me and these people done actually grew up together.
Right.
You feel me? Done grew up together, and we saw the world change, and our opinion has changed, and stuff like that. So, you know, and you know, now we just try to have a direct line to the consumer and to the people who support us. You know, that's why I motherfucker been able to, you know, really just stick around. You know what I mean? And it's like now, you know, we sell. You know, man, we selling ourselves. We selling the years that we put in the game. You know what I mean? And through Mac Dre and through Thiz, that's when I got on branding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I done came with. I had a skateboard line. I didn't had a Mac Mall motherfucking vape pen that sold out everywhere. My skateboard sold out in the United States, Japan, and Madrid. You feel me? You can't even get a legal business motherfucking skateboard combo that was done out here in FTC. With the book now, that's another lane, and with these clothing, you feel me?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
With the cutty,
how can my viewers get that sweatshirt?
Man, you just gotta go to www.dirtydollarsclothing.com. You know what I mean? This is a definition line I got. This cutty is just like it says, man. You know what I mean? This is what we call ourselves in the country club press. You feel me? Real business. And this my line, you know. We've been pushing it everywhere, and it's you know, shout out to Nipsey Hussle. He definitely was an inspiration. But man, that's what it's all about. It's a blessing, man, and I appreciate it all.
New music.
Right now, I just finished the EP. Matter of fact, it's a full record. I just finished a full record with ESG about from down south, man, from the Screwed Up Clique. We just finished the record. It's called Dipping and Swanging. And me and Doobie, Sugar Wolf Pimp, he just came home from you know, the Thiz indictment, whatever. He just came home, solid nigga. You know what I mean? He me and him got a EP that's gonna come out right now. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Okay. Where can my listeners and people who watching Gully TV, where can they get some Mac Mall material, the new music? What platforms?
Every platform, man.
You got a
you know
.com,
you
got a website, like
you can go, man. You go Apple Music, you know what I mean? Definitely go check that out, man, on all streaming platforms, you know what I mean? We still got it cracking. Please believe it. You can get the old stuff and the new stuff. Word up.
No doubt. Out of all the songs that you have, what would you consider to be your signature song?
See, it's a trip because it's like, you know what I mean? You know, through all these years, you feel me? You know, there's different people who got on. You know, you got some people who got on at the beginning, some people who got on, you know, from fucking, what is that, New Jersey Drive. You got motherfuckers who start fucking with me with the Mac Dre's last out record, the US Open. You got people who Thiz fans, you know what I mean? And I also have a song called Wide Open, you know what I mean? That's my female song. That's a song that I actually do at people weddings now. You feel me? For real, for real. And it's like, it's a song that I will have to do until, you know what I mean, I'm not doing songs no more, you know, especially out here. But I would say, my opinion.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? I would say my opinion. If I was to say one, my opinion would be one. You know what I mean? That's the one. You know, if nobody knew me and they wanted to know about me, and if they wanted to know about me, if they wanted to know that time, if they wanted to know about hip hop culture back then, culture in the Bay Area, that sums it up. Yeah.
Are you still for hire? Are you featuring on?
Always, man. You know, get at me, Mac Mall Booking. You know what I mean? We still on the road. So promoters get at us. We still on the road. I'm finna do Michigan next week, you know what I mean? And I'm going back to the H-Town. I mean, man, Mac Mall Booking at Yahoo. Yes, sir.
Mac Mall, man, I appreciate you. You know you my man. You made this happen. You've been sending me drops. You was treating me well online for years.
Man, I watch you every day, bro. Every day.
In a couple of days, you'll be able to play this one back, man.
Man, straight up.
We made some history here, man. Go ahead, give me a drop, and I'm going to get up out of here.
What's happening, man? It's Mackin, the MAC, y'all, Mr. MAC motherfucking Mall, and you're watching Gully TV.